I want to get your input on a couple of these major fights, man, coming up in the featherweight division. You got one coming up. You got Max Holloway facing Volkanovski again in Abu Dhabi on Fight Island. A lot of people feel like this fight shouldn't happen. What do you think, man?
I'm cool with it happening, man. You gotta give Max his respect as a champ. The dude, he's a legit champion. He's not the champion anymore, but I'm cool with him getting the title shot. And not only that, like who else is there to give that title shot to? There is no clear cut number one contender. You got a couple contenders here and there, but there's no clear cut number one. So let those other guys fight and figure out who the number one contender is, and then have Max versus Volkanovski for the rematch. So I'm cool with that.
Do you see the same thing happening, or do you see Max coming back and winning the belt?
I said this in another interview. Like I think Max is really good at making adjustments, and in the middle of the fight, and he wasn't able to do that in the first fight, which I was surprised about. But I do think that he'll be able to do it in this fight. Make the tiny adjustments make a huge difference. It's not like Alex blew him out of the water. It was a good fight. Alex definitely won the fight, but it wasn't an ass whooping or anything like that. So I think I'm leaning slightly towards Max to make those adjustments and get the belt to get his belt back. If he does win though, I think it's definitely gonna be by decision.
Another fight that hasn't been announced yet, but is rumored, is Brian Ortega versus the Korean Zombie. That looks like it's going to be the number one contender bout. Who do you see coming out on top, and how do you see that fight ending?
I gotta go with Zombie in that one. I don't know exactly how it's gonna happen. I'm super intrigued by that fight, but everybody knows that if Ortega gets his neck, it's a wrap. He can submit anybody. The dude's got phenomenal jiu-jitsu, but I don't know if he'll have the wrestling to get Korean Zombie down to the ground. Zombie is pretty well rounded everywhere, and I think he's definitely the better striker. So if I had to pick, I'm going to pick Zombie in that one.